Last Action Hero was a bomb. I watched the movie, I love the visuals, and I just sort of weep for what might have been.
I'm going to talk about a movie that I actually loved that you wrote, and I don't know why it didn't become a big hit. It might have been because some dinosaur movie came out the same week. A movie called Last Action Hero.
Ah, okay.
The doctor has fainted. Can somebody help this man here? I think the corpse. I mean, the patient. Look, elephant.
I have mixed feelings about it. I was not actually a big, huge fan of Last Action Hero when it came out. It's a thing that I've found. People discover these things. The Monster Squad was a complete bomb, and now seemingly people know about it. And there's even T-shirts and books and things. Last Action Hero was a bomb, and no one liked it. And now people are. I see it cropping up. It's maybe I'm destined to just work on films that show at midnight. That's maybe the case.
I mean, there are probably a couple of dozen movies in my life. I actually remember what theater I was when I saw it, and I was a student. I was a student at Penn State when I was in downtown State College, and I went out. Everybody went to go see Jurassic Park that weekend. I think that probably had something to do with the fact that it didn't do as great as it normally did, as those Schwarzenegger films did. But my goodness, I loved the movie. I loved how much, how meta it was. And can you tell me the process of writing that? Was that a script for hire, or did that an original script? How did that all come about?
No, that was the first time, if I'm remembering, that my writing partner, David Arnott, and I at the time took on something that wasn't original, that was an actual script written by, I think it was Zach Penn and Adam Leff. I thought those are the two names. And it was popular. It was an idea people loved. And they basically said, we love this, but we're not sure we want to use the first draft. And brought us in. In retrospect, I had regrets because, I think as I would have, the two original screenwriters felt like, wait, we just wrote this thing, and now these quote big shot screenwriters coming in and usurping not just the job, but changing the script all around. And then we in turn, the screenwriters, had the director change everything around. So I think everyone at one point wrote on that film. I think Carrie Fisher did a draft. William Goldman did a draft. They would just toss it at people. Is it done yet? I don't know, but maybe one more draft. Who we got? This guy's a sanitation worker, but we'll get that unique perspective of the sanitation. Let's let it roll it through the typewriter once or twice. Everyone had a chance to work on Last Action Hero. What came out, I think, was as a result was sort of a muddled, please everybody and therefore please no one version of the movie. I respect that you really liked it. I just think it's such a mess. It's meta, but it breaks its own rules. Like it's meta, but then at one point, he doesn't just walk into Jack Slater's movie and exist in Jack Slater's world. Jack Slater also lives in movie world where you see all the other characters from other movies passing by. That didn't make any sense to me.
Who came up with the joke where they pull the gangster's finger to set the bomb off? Was that already there?
No, that wasn't there. But it was supposed to be. Yeah, that was another thing. That whole sequence was supposed to be set up. The idea was someone took a shot at the Don of the local mob, and they missed him and hit the fat chauffeur named Leo the Fart. What it turns out, and this is based on something that Richard S. Prather once wrote that we had the rights to, it turns out it wasn't an accident.
You're saying he meant to miss? Why?
They shot the chauffeur on purpose because he was fat, hugely so, and all the mob would come for his funeral. And they would sneak into the mausoleum the night before or the embalming room and stuff him full of dynamite. blow everybody up. But in the movie, they kind of left out the first part.
Yeah, they did.
So all of a sudden, there's just a guy who's dead and he explodes. Once again, the Pull the Finger was roundly criticized as being crude, kind of pandering and silly and juvenile. And the only thing that made it sophisticated would have been the setup of how it was actually a clever plot to get this big, obese guy to have a funeral. And that was left out. So I watched the movie. I love the visuals. And I just sort of weep for what might have been. Not even that our draft was the best, but what might have been. We still didn't get it. There's a movie out there, a platonic ideal of those characters, those actors in that movie that still exists in its perfect form that we simply didn't catch. So maybe today you would do the same movie and you would do it with, I don't want to say The Rock, but maybe The Rock. It's and it's not a bad idea, is it, to remake that?